So the journey into screen printing has obviously been quite long, and I think you were involved initially with ISO standards.
Yeah. Again, that's an interesting story. I was doing, while I was lecturing, teaching, I was helping companies with problems on process colour printing for screen, and consistently going over the same ground again and again. And at the 1991, what was then the DPSPA, Digital Screen Printing Association, AGM, 1991, Mike Turner and I, he was a director. I was stood at the bar with Mike, we're having a pint, having a chat, and I said, I'm getting fed up with this, Mike. I'm dealing with all these companies, helping them, going over the same ground time and again. What we need is standards to be able to have a benchmark, at least a starting point. And Mike said, well, would you be willing to do some of the work on that? And I said, yeah. I said, I'll do the technical side, we'll start looking at the technical problems, if you can handle the political problems. And we finished up at one stage with 30 British companies involved, and we kept them all on the mailing list. And then we started what we called the UK Colour Standards team, and that involved all the major ink manufacturers, stencil suppliers, major suppliers, and some of the top printers. And we had a basic team then of about 18 people who met regularly, and we carried out experiments and investigations. That went on for 3 years, and then we felt that we had the basis for a standard, for a process standard. So we approached the British Standards Institute, and they said, now that Britain was in the European community, we had to approach the international ISO, which we did, at which point FOGRA in Germany came in and also said that they'd been working on standards, and that we should try to dovetail the work done in Germany and dovetail the work that we'd done. So the first step towards that was we had a meeting in Berlin, and that was about 1994, and we thought that the Germans may have done everything we'd done, and that they thought we would have done everything they'd done, but they in fact worked from one position. They were looking at flatbed presses and direct emulsion stencils, and we were working from mainly the cylinder printing press and capillary stencils, and the two we actually dovetailed. So we knitted together very well, and from that point, 94, the work on the standard progressed, and in 98 the first ISO process standard, International Standards Organization process standards for screen colour printing came into effect, and there were 3 other standards associated with it: the process standard, the ink standard, terminology, and then systems of measurement. So it actually came out as 4 standards in the end. Yeah.
And these are still very much the same today. I think they've been adapted a little, changed.
Yeah, they will be updated. They were updated in 2002, but they're active. And I was on the web recently, and there's at least 15 countries have taken them up. Germany, China, right across the world. So
I mean, I think we hear within Fespa that standardisation is an issue that most of our associations say this is what we need more of. So I mean, it's good to know that we've got some, but I think in other areas that we're looking at standards like environmental standards and quality standards. So I think it's an important area.